Well, the action's on Dewey here. He picks up a 9-8 offsuit.
Okay. Now you think now look at this. He's going to go all in with a 9-8 offsuit, Mike.
He's going all in for 22,000. Luis has a king-8 offsuit. He folds.
Cold stone bluff being attempted here by Dewey.
Now Jamie has ace-high here, and he folds.
Now this is very interesting. First of all, Jose's got a dilemma here. Dewey's been playing so solid, so much like the Phantom, that this type of play could be very interesting here.
Well, Vince, what Jose is thinking about here, he's got a queen-6 offsuit, not a good hand at all. It cost him $14,000 more to call. He knows there's $34,000 in chips sitting in the pot. It cost him $14,000 to call here. He knows he's going to have to, in his mind, get lucky to beat Dewey here, but you have a chance to take Dewey out of the tournament.
Dewey is sweating this out, this bluff.
Well, I don't blame Dewey for moving in because he's sort of desperate. He's a low stack. He's got to make a move here soon. He was in the big blind the very next deal, so he opted to move all in.
Dewey's just praying, go away, Jose, go away.
Yes, and he did.
Yes, he did. Well done, Dewey.
All right, Dewey picks up the pot.
Look at this. The man doesn't even sweat.
Well, Vince, your man, Luis the Gunslinger, with his aggressive style, has now forged his way back to the chip lead, but we have a good horse race, and Dewey's the low man right now. He's going to have to make a move shortly here. The action is going to be on Luis.
Okay, Luis looks at a queen and a 5 offsuit. He's going to throw that pretty poor hand away.
Jamie folds.
And look at this. Jose's going all in with a king-queen.
He has a king-queen of spade. He's in the small blind, a big hand. He quickly moves all in, and Dewey quickly calls. Nice hand for Dewey Tomko. He's picked up ace-queen of clubs.
Huge hand for Dewey. Absolutely. He's in front with the ace-queen of clubs. What's going to happen here?
He's in a dominating position here to exactly where he needs to be to get back into this tournament.
Here comes the flop.
Whoa!
Oh no!
A nightmare flop for Dewey Tomko.
Huge. Jose has got lucky with a pair of kings. Look at Dewey. He has been body slammed. He is stunned. He's not even moving. This is the interesting thing. Look at this poker face. He's not even moving. He just doesn't know what to do. He needs an ace.
In miniature shock here.
Still has a chance. No. And you know what? The spade's going to get there. It's over for Dewey.
The glasses come off.
He's getting up. He's a good sport. He's trying to force a smile, but this is the worst thing. It's a torturous feeling when someone hits that king on you, makes the pair of kings. He's smiling. He played brilliantly, but this is one man in shock.
Well, Vince, as the legendary Johnny Moss used to say, all you can do is get your money in with the best hand. Dewey Tomko certainly did it there. Fate and luck simply weren't on his side.
Jose, very lucky today in that yellow canary shirt. He's been outdrawing players. He's been pushing players around. This could be his day. We're down to 3 players at the Costa Rican Classic.
By Jose knocking out Dewey, we're down to our 3 Costa Ricans. The crowd's going crazy, Vince. We got these signs. There's cheering going on. This is some atmosphere for poker. A lot of great players from America came down here to play in this classic, and they're all on the rail watching these 3 Costa Ricans battle for this title.
Okay, now this is interesting. Jose's back to work. He has a 4-jack offsuit, but he's going to raise. He's doing a bluff here.
He sure is. Now here's Luis with a king-queen, a nice hand.
Jose raises to 21,000.
He's just going to call it.
And he's called 17,000 more.
Jamie's out.
So we got a pot between Jose and Luis.
Now 3-handed, you got to take some chances. You got to make some bluffs, and that's what Jose's trying to do. Let's see if he gets lucky.
The flop is queen 7-5.
Flop comes queen 7-5. Luis has the top pair.
Absolutely.
And he checks.
He's going to try to trap him here. Let's see if Jose bites. He doesn't this time.
Turn card is a 3.
Now look at this.
3 comes out there, and here comes Luis firing out 22,000.
22,000.
And now Jose looks like he's thinking about calling this. He has a belly buster straight draw.
Now that old belly buster, if you don't know what that is, that means you have an inside straight draw. And right now, Jose would like to bust Luis's belly right now.
And that's a big belly to bust.
Well, is it worth it? I mean, you have one shot. You know you can break him if you catch it. What do you do, Mike?
Well, he has to catch a 6 to win this pot. It looks like he's thinking about it. I can't believe he's thinking about calling this.
Either call or just go all in and make a semi-bluff, but he's not going to do it.
No, he doesn't do it.
Look at Luis. He looks...
Luis, and the crowd goes crazy here. Look at him now.
Oh, the arms over the head like a champion boxer. Luis is excited. The crowd is excited.
This guy is fun. I mean, he loves to play poker. He's the guy that brought big-time poker down here. He brought this classic to Costa Rica. He's got a chance to win his own tournament, Vince.
You call him an amateur, but this guy can really play as good as anyone. That's why he's what? He's in second place right now.
Very cagey play. No, he is the chip leader with that putt.
Very good. You know, the crowd is great. I mean, it's great to have that kind of backing.
It's fantastic, Vince, here. It's like the crowd at a football stadium trying to rally their team to victory here.
I know it. They love him here now. It's up to Jamie first. He has 6-king offsuit. Now you got to play a lot more aggressive when it's down to 3-handed.
Jamie folds. Here comes Jose calling out of the big blind to see a flop. 4 more thousand with a king deuce.
And Luis has a 7-king in his hand. Let's see the flop.
And here comes a flop. Ace 10-7.
Oh, it's up to Jose first. Look at this. Now, wait, how does he? What is he doing?
22,000. He leads out in bets.
And he's getting Luis to show his hand and throw it away.
Now Luis has a bottom pair and throws his hand away.
Now, how does Jose know that?
Well, he knows because had he put Luis on an ace, he thinks that Luis would have raised him back before the flop. So he didn't think Jose had an ace, which is why he fired out confidently on that flop. When it come ace 10-7, that's a championship play by Jose.
Look at Luis, a smile to his fans. You know, he actually thinks he made a great laydown with the pair of sevens. Little does he know he had the best hand at this point. Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
That's why Jose is smiling. He knows that he put a bluff on him that hand.
Well, it's really come down to be a bluffer's game at this point.
Luis looks at a 9-deuce offsuit, throws his hand away.
Now here comes Jamie. Now Jamie's going all in with a king 3. I love this guy. Look at this.
Yep.
He's doing it again. Look at his neck is twitching.
Now, I think Jose has a decision here. He's got a queen 10 offsuit.
Yes, he does.
It cost him 23,000 more to call. He's 43,000 in the pot. He's the chip leader. He's got a chance to take out Jamie here.
And he knows Jamie has to be making a move, and he's probably making a move, so he does have a major decision.
Well, he's getting 2-1 on his money here, Vince.
He's got to throw it away, though.
He mucks his hand there. I think a lot of players would have called there with a queen 10 to try to take out Jamie.
Look at this Jamie.
For 23,000 more. But, yeah, you got to admire Jamie. He's not going to just whittle himself away. He's banging it all in there, Vince.
What cojones he has. He just keeps pushing it in. I mean, you know the thing is, you can't wait for Big Slick anymore. You're down to 3 players. You got to push it around. All these guys know it.
Well, you're right, Vince. That's tournament poker. You just cannot wait for the best hand to get your money in there all the time. The pros know it, and Shauna Hyatt got them to tell us why.
Thanks, Mike. The majority of poker players understand how to play the game, but they don't fully appreciate how tournament poker is different. It's time again for another WPT Poker Corner.
I've done a lot of gambling in my life, but tournaments are different.
In a regular live game, you can be conservative by waiting forever to get the great hands. It's boring, but it's certainly less of a gamble. In tournaments, you don't have that luxury.
Sometimes being too disciplined makes you a target.
Remember that the blinds and antes keep skimming away at your stack.
Okay, the price of poker just gone up.
Blinds, 1,500. 3 blinds are now 2,000 and 4,000.
The blinds have gone up to 3,000 and 6,000. The limit is going up now.
$5,000 and $10,000 blinds.
$12,000.
When they raise up every hour, that means they eat away at you even more.
Jamie, he's been playing a long, long time, so he knows that you can't sit there. With the antes goes up, he knows you got to move the chips.
I start playing reckless like Don Luis.
If you try to wait around for aces, you'll run out of money. The size of your stack dictates your play.
All in.
When you have a lot of chips, you can afford to be patient. When you're short stacked, you've got to gamble.
Of course, you always adjust your game to your chips, to your table position, and also, of course, to the players, what you're playing against. That's part of the game.
Can't give up just because you're low in chips.
You gotta go in there and try to get some chip, you know. You gotta make move now. You just cannot sit back and worry you're gonna get knocked out.
Hey, if you're not willing to take a chance, maybe you should switch to checkers.
All right, this time Jamie's going to be first to speak.
You know, oh, here he goes again.
Look at this. Again, he's all in. He is not going to be milquetoast here. He is actually trying to win this tournament. He's banging his chips out there to get back in the hunt with these guys. He is going to catch up quick if he continues to win these blinds and antes.
Look at Jamie's very happy. He's laughing. You ever notice how a player, when you're winning, everything seems really funny? You laugh, you're making jokes, telling jokes.
Yeah, everything's funny when you got plenty of money, Vince.
Well, he's playing great, real aggressive, which you have to be when you're down to 3 hands. 3-handed poker, you have to be real aggressive. It's paying off for him.
The action is on Jose. Here he picks up an ace-deuce offsuit on the button. And he's going to raise it.
Sure, why not?
Luis folds. Now, Jose made a very nice raise there, in my opinion. He doubled the blind.
Jamie just has a 7-jack of spades. Interesting hand. A callable hand. He just bluffed the last few hands. What's he going to do with this? This guy likes to bluff and not call.
Well, notice that he's a little bit leery because the raise was just doubled, which indicates some strength sometimes.
Yeah, he's not going to call.
He throws his hand away.
Jose
nice play by Jose there. I really like that raise.
This will be the last
well, he had ace high. Like we said before, he makes his own luck. I mean, he does mix it up real well.
I tell you, Vince, this guy is playing great today. He's playing like a champion, no question about it. Luis is in position on the button. Price of poker's gone up. Jamie's been on a nice little roll here lately.
Just like Dave said.
And Luis, the action is on him.
Okay, now he's just picked up a pretty good hand. 10 ace, he's going all in.
All in, no holding back. Jamie folds, and Jose quickly says call. He's got 2 kings in the pocket, the dream hand. He calls him.
Oh my, he's got the 2 kings in his hand. 2 cowboys, whatever you want to call them. That is a huge blow to Luis.
He's a big favorite right now.
Ace-10 against pocket kings.
It's ace-10 against pocket kings.
He needs a miracle outdraw.
And he got it, Vince. He has got it. It come 10-10 jack. Look at Luis, look.
Luis, the casino owner, has just hit 3 of a kind with an ace. It is a miracle draw.
Whoa,
he cannot believe it. Neither can the crowd.
He's made 30 miles, but it's not over. Jose's dejected. He can still catch a king to win this pot, though.
Oh, man, Jose is sick about this.
Look at Luis.
Oh, no, a king!
Look at this. Can you believe it? Look at Luis, look. Look at him. He's hollering at the dealer. How can you do that to me?
Miracle upon miracle.
In the meantime, Jose is excited. He has made kings full. Luis is going to have to catch a 10 to win this pot now. He said, look, give me my 10. You gave him his king.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Can he catch the 1 card out of the deck? It would have to be a 10 to stay alive.
What an amazing pot. Luis moves all in. He gets called by kings.
It's going to be a 10. 9.
It's not.
It's not.
9.
He's not going to do it. Luis is out of this tournament.
Luis the gunslinger has blazed his last bullets in this tournament.
Oh, I have never seen a hand like that.
Now that was exciting, Vince. That is poker. That was agony to ecstasy in the turn of a card.
And Luis, the look on his face when he caught the 10, he looked to the crowd. It was a beautiful thing. There was so much love in this room, and then seconds later, turned around so quickly.
Well, Jose, go through his emotions. Think about his emotions. So dejected, you see your opponent flop 3 10s when he got 2 kings, and then a king to come off, where now you're ecstatic again. Unbelievable, dramatic action here on the World Poker Tour.
Well, it's a dream flop. You got 2 kings, first of all, before the flop. How do you pick up 2 kings 3-handed?
Luis goes out. He staggers next to the pole out there.
Well, he's been lucky all tournament. He thought it was going to continue.
He's a little punch drunk right here after that hand.
He's walking into walls back there.
Had he not caught the 10s, you know, it wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have felt the pain that he's feeling right now. But he had him for a second there. He had the pot won. And the tournament in his pocket, virtually had he won that pot. And for an instant, he thought he had done it.
Oh, man, he's stunned. He's going to probably have to walk down to the safe and put his hands through all the extra money he has in the casino to get over this, because this is a tough, tough beat.
Well, he did take home $25,120 to add to that safe, but I know it was the title was all he cared about. We are down to our final 2 players in Costa Rica. Who will take home this title? Don't miss the exciting conclusion of the Costa Rica Classic on the World Poker Tour.
You can become the next WPT Poker Made Millionaire, but you have to play to win.
Welcome back to San Jose, Costa Rica, and the Casinos Europa Costa Rica Classic. I'm Vince Van Patten.
And I'm Mike Sexton. And Vince, would you look at this? As a tradition on the World Poker Tour, all the tournaments bring in the prize money in some inordinate fashion, but I believe this is going to be hard to top right here in Costa Rica.
Look at this, the oxen are coming, you know, in Spain they run with the bulls. In Costa Rica, you walk with the oxen.
Here comes the cash. Look at this. Cash right on the tabletop.
Our beautiful host, Shauna Hyatt, is putting all the cash on the table, stacking it beautifully.
Well, this is quite a scene. Look at this. They're bringing the money. They're dumping it out. It's coming to baskets. Now Luis, who finished third, has now come out to dump the prize money on the table. Hey, he's throwing the money into the crowd. He doesn't care anymore because it's not his. Well, Vince, this is it. The two Costa Ricans have come down for the heads-up battle of the duel in the jungle.
Absolutely, it's mano a mano. It's a street fight, a gunfight at the OK Corral. These guys are going at it. Now, don't forget, Jose has over 300,000 worth of chips, and Jamie just doesn't have that many chips. He's got to play real fast at this point.
Now, even though there's only a $60,000 difference between first and second, it's the prestige of winning this title. Jamie's not messing around. He's going all in right here in the first hand.
Yeah, absolutely right. He has an ace-10. He's got a big hand here. Jose's got a decision.
Now, Jose said to count it, so that means he's going to contemplate calling, even though he's got a king-5 offsuit here.
Look at this look. He's trying to detect something, and Jamie just comes back and says, what do you want to know? You know, what are you looking at me for? You're the big fish here.
He looks back at his hand. He knows he's getting, there's 57,000 in the pot, cost him 37,000 to call, but he knows he's got a chance to take the man out if he gets lucky and wins this pot. He doesn't know the king's not the best hand. It's a tough decision right here. He's got the chips where he can afford to make this call. But do you really want to double your opponent up?
He's calling it. He is calling it.
He does it. He's going for the gusto right here.
He's going for it all. The title here, the shot at the Bellagio Championship worth millions. What's going to happen?
Now, Jamie stands up. He prays. He closes his eyes. Look.
He loves it. It's
he knows right now he's in position where he can double up.
A stack of chips cash just fell out on the table. They don't know where to put it anymore. It's tons of money on the table here.
Over $250,000. Here's a flop. 993. Now, Jamie likes that because that doesn't help Jose. Jose sits back down.
The ace-10 is still in front at this point.
The 6 comes off. Jose needs to catch a king or a 5. Jamie's not sitting down till he wins this pot. A deuce comes off.
It's a deuce, so
Jamie's going to stay alive. Well done with the ace-10. He's excited.
He's doubled up. He's feeling good. Now, Jose is probably saying to himself, geez, I wish I hadn't called that right there. I could have saved that 37,000.
Okay.
On the other hand, he went for it. He tried to take him out. He still has a 2.5 to 1 chip lead, so he's in a commanding position. However, his opponent now has a spark of confidence.
Look at the great Doyle Brunson, the great poker player. Played with 10 deuce and wins tournaments. Why not a king 5? I mean, you could win with that.
Hey, it was a tough decision for him right there. You know, he had the chips where he could make that call. On the other hand, do you want to double your opponent up? You know, what would you viewers have done? What would you have done had you been in that seat with a king 5? Would you have called? Would you have thrown your cards away? That's the beauty of the World Poker Tour. You get to make these decisions right along with these great players. And now, even though Jose had a commanding chip lead when they're playing heads up, Jamie just doubled up.
You're right, absolutely right. But things can change quickly. It's going to be up to Jose to act first. He looks at a 9-10 in his hand.
He's in position, and he calls.
Now, Jamie has a queen 6, nothing spectacular at this point. Let's see the flop.
Flop comes king, queen 5.
Okay, now this is interesting. Jose as a 9-10 queen king, nothing. But Jamie has a pair of queens with a 6 high. Look at this. Jose's betting. Jamie's going to throw the queens away. I don't get this, Mike.
Well, that's a pretty amazing play. Jose bet with a belly buster straight draw. That was all he had. He didn't take the free card off there. He opted to bet. And Jamie folded the second pair.
Now that's bizarre to me.
Now, Vince, I got to tell you, a lot of players would not have bet that 9-10 there. They'd have tried to get the free card to make the straight. You have to admire Jose for betting there and earning that pot.
Well, we've been seeing him do that all night long here. He does play really aggressive. He sensed a little weakness, and I still can't believe that Jamie just threw those queens away, and so quickly.
Okay, Jamie's on the button here.
Okay, he's picked up a big hand. He's got ace-10, and he is raising strong.
He's moved all in, and look at Jose. He's picked up 2 jacks. He says, I call very quickly.
This is what it comes down to, this kind of hand. We're going to see a huge battle here.
This is ace-10 versus 2 jacks. This is the exact same hand that Luis went out on, an ace-10. Let's see if Jose can do it again. 2 jacks against ace-10. Jose's about a 2.5 to 1 favorite. If he holds up, he'll be our champion. Here's the flop. A 4 and a 7.
Having trouble getting that third card out, but it's a 6. It is not a help for Jamie at this point. The jacks are in front at this point.
Okay.
4th Street, no.
The atmosphere is electric, Vince. One more card. We could have a champion. If a 3 or 8 comes off, notice they'll split the pot. Jamie will need an ace to win this pot.
Can he get this ace? They're going to burn, and they're going to turn. He needs an ace. No!
Oh, it's a deuce. Jose knows he's done it. What a great moment for Jose Rosenkrantz. He's played fantastic poker. The crowd goes crazy. Jose cheers. He's hugging everybody. A fantastic performance today by Jose Rosenkrantz. He picked up some big hands. He made some great plays. This is a great moment for Jose. Very thrilling. To Jose Rosenkrantz, the Costa Rica Classic champion, the pride of Costa Rica tonight. I'm Mike Sexton, thanking all of you for joining us at the Costa Rica Classic, and we look forward to seeing you again on the World Poker Tour.